gonna get right
I
here.
think we're gonna have to do it a cappella.
We're gonna do it a cappella, baby, but you gotta bring
your
your.
I got your back, dog.
But we still gotta bring the beat in with 1, 2, 3, like Okay,
All
you
right,
ready?
yeah.
Y'all see, I be dealing with 27 years. All right, we ready? Bring the beat in.
Friday.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Fridays with Tab and Chance. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Fridays.
Yeah.
Fridays. Fridays with Tab and Chance. Oh, I was about to go into the robot. Everybody stay focused. It's a whole lot going on and we gotta calm down.
Yeah.
Hey, what ain't we? Okay?
Yeah.
All right. How we doing?
Oh, we
Doing
Honey, welcome home.
Man, you know.
Honey, this is home.
Esther,
bud.
I got Esther looking good, boy.
Ain't your wife
Good
looking
Lord,
good?
I'm about to plan that baby shower. I'm just go ahead and plan it.
Well, let's get into, because everybody knows us, but tell us how y'all met. We want to know y'all's love story.
Uh-oh. Cut it off.
Now who?
Cut it off. Let me see it.
Now who?
There's always a
Give me that phone. Let me see that phone. Let me see.
And it's your mama, babe.
Bring
Where
the
is your
phone here.
mama cutting up?
I'll talk to him. Oh, it's an 844 number. I know who that is. Don't answer that phone. Tell him, say, I ain't got it. That's an 844 number. You know what that is. I put something on it.
Okay, go ahead. We're going to act civilized.
I'm going to let Tim tell it first and then.
No, they won't hear from you.
Oh,
baby.
wait.
That's it.
Did y'all catch the accent real quick?
That's what got me. That's what got your boy. Lord have mercy. I ain't know they made him black like that, boy. Made her with an accent. Hello, somebody got weak in the knee when I heard that thing. But go ahead, tell the folks how we met and all that good stuff. Then I'll tell my version, because it's always two versions.
Yes.
I ain't like them at first. Go ahead and tell them.
So, I'm originally from London, England, and emigrated to the US and was going to school at UNCG and was invited.
Okay.
Yes. But I always go to A&T's homecoming.
Focus. Hey, deep point. We gotta focus.
I know. We had to do it.
Be quiet. I'm sorry.
I just
Don't be
love
talking about no
her
ego
accent.
pride. We trying to my wife tell her story.
She said
Like a quartet group.
UNCG.
Shh.
Yes,
She said UNCG and they were so respectful. They
were.
I know.
They really were.
She said, but I went to
That's how you act when you don't got no
homecoming,
homecoming,
and they
so
went
that's-
crazy.
Go ahead, babe. I'm so
Okay.
sorry. We being so rude.
I know. But we had International Sunday
Hey,
at
man,
our
get that
church.
woman some room, man. What you
I
like?
know, right?
She
He's
smell
on me,
good.
isn't he? Sweating hard. Look, that's how he is all the time, so it's okay.
It's your fault, baby.
But we had International Sunday, and for some reason, everybody else knew that he liked me. I had no idea. So I was going to the bathroom after we was listening to the Ty Tribbett CD. What was that CD that came out? I've forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I was going to the bathroom, came back, and he was in the foyer waiting for me to have a conversation. So we started there, but his account is different.
No. Go ahead. Tell your story.
What? So he asked me about Shropshire, England, because he knew I was from England, and I told him where it was and stuff like that. And we hadn't stopped talking since then. But we started off as a friendship. I wasn't interested in being in a relationship at the time.
And how long ago was this?
That was in 2006. Yeah. So we've been together for 19 years. He knows more than I do.
May the 19th, 2006, 11:41 in the a.m. I saw this young lady, and I said, good God Almighty. And I never seen somebody look so beautiful in my life. But I was so nervous to say something to her. All my buddies told me her name was Esther. They didn't tell me she was from London. So when I walked up to her, I was so nervous. I said, "Hey, Esther, how you doing? What's your name?" I was so messed up, y'all. But she didn't hear how nervous I was, and that accent came out, champ. When that accent came out for the first time, messed me up. She says, "Hello, my name is Esther." I said, "Oh, Lord."
You melted.
Yo, and so my buddies, they told me, say, "Hey, the rule of thumb is when you having a conversation with a young lady and it's going good," he said, "don't even get her number. Just have pure conversation. Just let her know your intentions. Just to let her know that you like a little bit, all that good stuff. But don't try to holler at her. Just get to know her. Don't get a number." The conversation was going so good at the end of it. I said, "What's your number?" But right before I said that, her friend came out. She said, "Oh, Esther, you met Schrock, man. He's funny." And she's like, "He hasn't said a joke yet."
Yeah, he kept it very serious. I was very impressed.
Because I didn't want to be friend zoned. So I had to let her know that I really liked her and all that good stuff. Yeah. But that was May the 21st, 2006. So I proposed to her May the 21st, 2009. And so May 21st, that's our other little anniversary. Yeah. So we've been rocking ever since. We ain't stopped talking to each other. Yeah. She gave me that number. Hello, somebody.
Okay. Very good. And so, wait, now where are you from?
I'm from Fayetteville.
Okay.
North Carolina.
Right. Okay.
910.
Yes, I love
910. Anybody from Fayetteville in the house? Come on now. Security, keep it out. I ain't lying.
He said what he said now. So 2009 you proposed. Yeah. And when did y'all get married?
2010.
Okay, so 2010. So you being from Fayetteville in North Carolina and you being from London, getting married, was it what you thought, like tradition-wise? Did y'all have a traditional wedding or was it different because you're from London, or did it just feel like, okay, I'm in North Carolina now and it's just a regular wedding?
So even though I'm from London, my parents are from West Africa. And so we have to do the dowry in order to, so whenever a daughter's getting married off, you have to replace her by giving the family money or...
Wait a minute, say that again.
Say it again, say it again. Speak up so they can hear you, baby. They ain't hear you in that back row.
When a daughter's getting married, the family requests that you pay a dowry, and basically it's whatever they think is what the daughter is worth. So,
like he had to pay that?
Yes.
Who
hey, I'm from Fayetteville, but my folk from South Carolina. My dad said I can get her a dog. He said we got one of them dogs in the back. He said I don't mean no harm, son. He said Cujo could go. But it was either money or like a calf or goat.
So what my parents requested,
So who determines your worth?
So it's my parents. So my mom and my dad would tell, it's like the bride price is what it's called. And so whatever they feel is how much she's worth, it could be thousands of pounds or dollars. So my parents requested a goat. Was it a goat or cow?
I don't know what they said.
I think it was a cow, actually. So that's quite expensive in West Africa.
In America, too. You get one of them Burlington goats. No. Hey, go to Seday, get you a goat. I ain't go to that.
So we had a representative in Ghana that took those things to my family. And they exchanged and was like, okay, yes, she's free to go ahead and marry. Yeah.
Wow. So.
Yeah, talk about it.
So does it go both ways?
No.
So in other words, so if my American daughter.
Yes.
I got two.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Talk to
so
them.
all your daughters would have a bride price.
If they went there.
Yes.
I can hit them over the head for some cash.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you sure can.
Hey,
look at Leah.
Yeah,
Chan.
Like.
Yes, sir.
You said Nigerian?
Yeah, actually,
West African period.
There's
This
some.
African culture period.
They be tall. They be tall too.
Yeah, and they're rich. Nigerians
He's
are
checking
rich
out the
now.
bloodline.
Yeah.
Chance like,
Get
they be
ready.
tall. We can get some money.
Hey, they'll take care of you now.
They will, yeah.
Wow.
Rough though,
Okay.
they'll take care of you.
So y'all got married. How
Yes.
soon after you got married did you have children?
We waited 3 years.
Hold on.
Oh,
Real quick.
Oh,
You
sorry.
asked how the wedding was, how we.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He
that's
has to
right.
do
Let
the
me tell
wedding.
you
Right.
got the,
Yeah.
This was different.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was looking. How we looking on time?
Oh, no, we good on time.
Okay, we good on time. Okay, so I thought it was just a regular wedding. All right, and I thought her my grandma I'm from Fayetteville, but my family from South Carolina, Lancaster County, South Carolina. And when you tell country folk that you getting married to somebody international, my grandma told the whole newspaper that the queen flying over. She won't play in the Lancaster Times. And so we expecting this royal wedding. We get there, it ain't no royal wedding. It's an African themed wedding. It's really an African themed reception. The reception was regular. We did the wobble, the cha-cha slide. DJ Tito had a good time there. And so we had a good time, wobble, cha-cha slide, Cupid shuffle. But everything changed when her daddy had changed clothes. Her daddy flew in for West Africa. I ain't help out with that ticket either. This man was wearing a black suit when he walked her down the aisle. Now he done changed clothes into like this African garment with a gold trim down the side, with a green cape over the top of his shoulders. At the end of the reception, he looked at me and said, "Aye." He said, "The party is about to begin." I said, no. I said, "The party over. It's time for me to take your daughter to the honeymoon." He said, No. Go change your clothes. Y'all change my clothes. I ain't got no more clothes. This from Men's Warehouse. Chance, it's going back on Tuesday. I ain't got no more clothes for y'all. He says, "Go to the back room. It's for you and it's blue." I go to the back room. It's a blue dashiki waiting just for me. I fit it on. It's fitting custom to my body. I don't know how they got my measurements. I went back into the reception hall. I don't know where the DJ is that I paid with my good money. No lie, there's a new DJ in there. He's from Africa playing all African music. Her family all in one big circle. They didn't change clothes too, and they trying to usher me into the middle of the circle. He says, "Go dance for us." I said, "I ain't going in that circle to dance for y'all." My uncle said, "You better not. They're gonna turn you into a goat and a bull." He said, "I saw it on National Geographic. Don't you do it. They're gonna say poof, and you're gonna turn into a goat." Not knowing they was getting ready to do the money dance. The money dance, we did adopt that bad boy. The money dance works like this. He said, if you stop dancing, they stop giving money. I was in that bad boy. You thought she was body rolling. I was in that thing, percolating. I'm talking money would not stop coming out the ceiling, y'all. Paid our rent for 2 months. But that ain't no joke. That's a true story. And so that's how they rolled. They did the money dance. It was an amazing thing. I felt rich. But that's how it went. Was not expecting it to be like that. And I feel like our world has been up since then. Just embracing just an international culture and family, food, everything has been crazy.
Has it ever been difficult with the cultures colliding?
No, he's actually just come into our family so easily, and he enjoys it. So that's the part that's fun for me, is that he likes to be in our culture and basically our tribe. So, but yeah.
So you hear the response when you spoke, how everybody responded, right? Your accent. When he speaks, y'all wrong.
They do ask him to repeat quite often.
So he don't get the same oohs and ahs.
No.
He get a different kind of ooh and a ah.
Yeah. They're like, what is he saying?
So
they don't be understanding.
Yeah, it's hard to hear the American accent, especially.
They from the country, like, "What up, babe? How you doing? Good." I'm sorry.
He's very country. Yeah.
Can't help it, babe.
We all are.
It's the port skin.
There's a whole country room right here.
Port skins do it to you. It ain't our fault.
So, but I mean, they took him in very well, and he's just a part of the family, and they love him. Yeah,
that's wonderful. And what about for you? With, I guess, understanding our culture, is it any different for you? Has it been difficult?
When I first moved, it was a big culture shock. Coming from London, it's very multiculturally diverse. And so coming to America, I saw a lot of the separation that I didn't think that would have happened. And it really did sadden me to see that, and it's still happening now. So seeing that cultural divide was the biggest cultural shock for me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Welcome.
Real uphill.
I know.
So how soon after y'all got married did you have children?
So we waited 3 years, honestly, because we wanted to kind of get to know each other.
Somebody need to hear that. No, for real, somebody need to hear that.
Yeah.
We did say we was gonna give 3 years.
Yeah.
That's what we said. 3.
The 3rd year we got pregnant, and
right, but you took that bad boy out of arm. What you do? What you had that thing in there?
I didn't. Oh.
Little thing. Whatever she took it out. Little thing. Baby came. That's like.
It was quick.
You gotta be careful with her, boy.
But the same
it was on
year
a Tuesday.
I got pregnant.
I never forget.
Too funny. Damn.
I woke up that morning and said, she pregnant.
It's true.
I can tell. Country boys know when they, I'm saying.
No.
Yep, she pregnant.
Oh gosh, but the same year I got pregnant, his grandfather passed away. So
wait, say that again.
The same year I got pregnant, his grandfather had passed away.
Yep.
So it was really seeing that kind of spiritual exchange was really epic, really. So, but yeah, the 3rd year we got pregnant with Harmony, and she's now 11. And then soon after that,
15
I got
months
pregnant.
later. Oh, we got pregnant.
I was 5 months postpartum, actually, and got pregnant again. So I didn't know I could get pregnant that quick after having a baby.
Bang, bang.
It was rapid. He did not want to wait. I'm going to blame you for that.
That ain't my fault.
Yeah.
No, don't blame me.
5 months wasn't too bad. I know people have done it a little sooner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So after children, because how many children do you all have?
We have 4 now.
Okay, we have 4 children. And so you took 3 years to yourself. After children, how did things change in your marriage?
Yeah.
Everything is so lovely, isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
Honestly, after I had the second baby, because it was so quick, my body was tired. I think that was when we had the biggest hurdles, emotionally, spiritually.
Go ahead and say it.
And
financially,
yeah, because 2 babies back to back. I decided to be a stay-at-home mom at the time, and so
I decided to step out on faith.
Yeah.
And tell jokes.
It was difficult.
The claps represented the finances.
Basically, it got real, and so we had when we had Harmony. I think we had Harmony in March, and in August I told A&T, I'm leaving, and so I left my job. It was staying with Harmony. They gave me 12 weeks of maternity too. I said, hello, somebody.
Yeah.
But being there with Harmony, our first one, I just had this thing in me. I just like, I don't want to leave you. And so I was like, man, I saw that paycheck come in, and I was like, man, Lord, can I get $2,000 a month telling jokes? I said, Lord, I believe you bigger than this check. And so we took a leap out on faith, and so August, we went out and we Esther was in agreement. We did comedy full time, but what we just said, that it was some rocky days too. At the same time, like trusting God, believing God, trying to pursue purpose that we was feeling, but also, trying to raise a family. Then another baby came, and I said, oh, we meant to get a job. I trust you, Lord, but I'm gonna have to go to Moses Cone. And so I think it really shifted us though, and it really did test our faith, and that that really was a real rocky time when we had our children, and but the beauty of it, God definitely saw us through. Yeah. And but I think as time went on, we learned how that, hey, we can't allow the kids to get in front of our marriage.
Yes.
Because they joke, they was standing strong from that bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't more so because they were involved in so many activities. It's just because the time, energy, the mental, just the mental capacity, it just felt filled with having those babies. And then you're trying to pursue a career at the same time. And I remember seeing, it's an image of Esther that I always see. Like, I just remember her sitting on the couch when I got home from work or got home, and like I just saw this pull on her, like this, she was drained. And it was like, I was like, man, either I'm gonna give up this career thing and go back to regular, or this gonna have to work, because it was rough. Like we would have to get DVDs from the we ain't had cable. We had to get little DVDs from the library.
Yeah.
We were renting them out just to watch a show, just to keep it, like, just to keep things going.
Humble beginnings,
humble.
Definitely, yeah.
It sure was.
Hold on. You said you weren't gonna let the kids get in front of the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I have an idea of what you mean by that, but I imagine that it went over a few people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
Explain, please.
Well, we have to realize where the kids come from, and I feel like the thing that we were doing together, even if it wasn't date night, just the fact that me and Esther were like this for really before 3 years, dating for 4 years and engaging as well, and then you're married for 3 years. I mean, it's just us. Yeah. And then the attention goes to them so much. You're too tired, too drained. So there's no time for date night. There's no time for those conversations. There's no time for, even financially, what would have went to her was really going to the kids. And so they became the supreme priority in making sure that their needs were met. And it wasn't meant and it wasn't intentional. But it's almost like getting two cars. You got a car, but you get that new car. You showing all love to that new car. You get that thing clean. Your little Plymouth in the back just sitting there. Somebody, you ain't drove me nowhere. And we the one that got you here. And I feel that's how Esther was. She didn't never really verbally say it, because again, my wife loves children. I'm talking about, she's a labor and delivery nurse. She loved babies, love babies. So it was also that as well too, like that energy, that mood to just care for that child so much, to make sure you got all my love. And sometimes you can get forgotten in the process. And then I'm trying to do that, and then balance, career.
You who? You said you can get forgotten. Mm-hmm. Are we talking about Esther, or are we talking about you, or are we talking about you as a couple?
I feel like it's both. Yeah. Forgetting each other, forgetting, even health. Your boy a little bigger than me. But if I'm being real, like I ain't start seeing the weight come on till I started to see them babies come. Indirectly, it was just not knowing, like, you're just so busy on the go, so you neglect what's priority. And it wasn't until, I would say even recent, that we just said date night is mandatory. Yes. It wasn't until last year, because we was off and on date night here and there, but we were like, nah, we got to be intentional. And Esther was always saying, like, I'm not filled. I'm like, what do you mean? She always say, like, I just need your time. And I'm like, okay, I need your time too. Like, no, I need your time. Yeah. And so we started doing date night and started saying, like, every week, I don't care how busy we are, we shutting everything down. We going to 131 Main in Charlotte, who got a mean ribeye, cook it on medium. Good God Almighty.
The reason I ask is because when we do these things, we usually pick couples. People ask us all the time for advice. And I think sometimes when we're having a good time, the messages go over people's heads. And I'm listening to you, and you said last year. It is a continuous thing. We oftentimes have to hit reset ourselves. And I think sometimes people watch us and they, Tab and Chance got it all figured out. So I'm using you to get some of the answers out that I know. Even when we go do these picks in a little bit, people pull me to the side and they ask me these questions. And because I want people to hear that it's a continuous process, and that it's people just like you, and you can't lose sight of what's important. It starts with the two people, and then the kids come along, and we can fall in love with the kids, and then lose sight of the person that brought them kids into the world. So I just wanted to go back down that road and make sure that it was explained, because it go over a lot of people's heads. It's a continuous thing. It ain't something you fix one time. It's something that you have to come back to the table and say, hey, and to be quite honest, to be transparent, I've seen in our household where she get aggravated. I ain't gonna use aggravated to describe me. I get pissed off. Sorry, Mom. And I would have to come to her and be like, hey, listen, man, look, hey, what about me?
Yeah. I had that conversation with Tim at the top of, last year. This is when we made the biggest change for our relationship. And I was working full time. I'm currently in grad school, getting my master's in nursing, about to be a midwife. Anybody out there? So I started feeling drained. I felt like our relationship was strained. And I was like, enough, we have to get back to just us. And I didn't want to feel like a hypocrite, because when I discharge my patients, I tell them, look, that baby is going to always be there, but that baby needs the both of you guys to be together. It took both of you to make the baby, and it's so important for them to see from the beginning the two that brought them to this world. And so I wanted to be able to show that to my children. So we make sure that we are affectionate in front of them. We show them that we love and like each other in front of them. Because, yes,
that's
actually like each other, yeah.
That's it.
We live by that.
We try to make it a point not to argue in front of them when we have our little tiffs or little arguments. We take it away. We don't let them see that, because
yell at me in front of them, baby.
See, I grew up from a broken home, and my desire for my children was to be in a relationship that they could see the togetherness, they could see the unity, because I didn't have that. And so I wanted that for my children, for my family. And it's a daily work, it is. And it's hard, because I could have just, defaulted to what I know, which is to run away if I have a disagreement with him, or, shout or argue, because that's what I know. But I decided myself that I'm not going to do that in front of my children, because they deserve to see both of us together. And we're God's image, and so we need to show that to them.
I love that. It's very good. I've heard a couple things, right? And I know it's so many couples out here and so many of us that are parents. The thing that is so important once we have children is that we never forget, before we were a mother or a father, we were a man and a woman.
Exactly.
Right? And we can't lose ourselves in it. And it's so great to show up for each other. But first we have to show up for ourselves so that we can show up for each other. Right? And I think sometimes we lose sight of who we are. Because I know for me and Chance, we've been together 27 years. And in the early years, if not the first almost 20, I knew him better than I knew me. I knew my children better than I knew me, because I was wanting to be a good wife, right? I was wanting to be a good mother. And so my needs were in the back, right? As long as I could pursue acting and do some auditions or classes here and there, I was all right. But then I got to a place where I didn't really know, what do I like? What do I love? Like, I know what he want to eat. I know what he like to do. But what about me? Right? So I think that, and for anybody out here who needs that reminder, you need to know who you are so that you can know who you are in your relationship. That's how you can be a great partner. Because if you don't know those things, you don't know how to show up for nobody, because you can't even show up for you. It's so important. And there's something else that you said that I agree and disagree with, right? That I love that you want a beautiful image for your children. But I also think it's important not to fight in front of children, but to have disagreements in front of children, healthy disagreements. Because what we don't want children to think is that, oh, nobody ever argues, right? Nobody ever fights. Because, and I'm gonna say this, Daddy, I love you, but I got to say it, Diane, I love you. I grew up and my parents did not argue in front of me. So when they got a divorce, I was in shock. I did not understand. I was like, we the Cosbys, why y'all getting a divorce? Y'all happy. I didn't know that they were having issues. I'm also a child, right? But I was a teenager. So I think it's important for healthy disagreements to be shown, so that also there's real expectation as they become adults and they know like, oh, sometimes I ain't gonna agree with my partner. Yeah, sometimes I ain't gonna be right. Sometimes I'm gonna be wrong, you know?
Say that again. I ain't.
Come on.
Sometimes.
Finish it.
Not often. Sometimes I might be wrong.
Okay. Hey, make sure we get that one on tape, Los.
Now
I need that one.
What my daddy tell you?
I ain't
You won't be right or you won't be happy.
Uh-oh. Come on.
So let me drink a little water before I say this next thing, Jesus. Let me see what time it's 7:50.
But one thing Esther had always told me, she was like, when it came to arguments, her fear was, I never want to get there because I don't know if I can come down.
That's knowing yourself. That's good work, though.
And so that was one of the biggest reasons why she was like, I don't want to do this in front of the kids. We have our moments, and I come from, and it all goes back to your upbringing, for what she's seen, what she saw with her own eyes, with her parents. And what I saw, it was the total opposite. Like, the way I saw my parents in the pulpit on Sunday morning was the same parents I saw in the house. My dad had been married, 45 years? My daddy still give flowers to my mama almost every month. Love her. Said, you look good, girl. And when she walk by, he still tap her,
He does.
And always like, don't you come to the house sneaking up on me because you gonna sneak up on something. This pastor now. And so I was raised in, I didn't see my parents argue, but also I didn't see them being fake either. I saw them like show that compassion, that love. And when they had a little disagreement, I never seen my dad like just big guy, but I ain't never seen him do that to mama. And so I think, the biggest thing that, with Esther, she's really protective over that because she's like, I know that's, sadly, I know that's in me. So I seen it from mom, saw from dad, and I saw how toxic it was. And that was the thing that we would almost want to protect our children from, seeing that. But we know it can go there. Yeah. And also we know, and I always have to know that too, like, because I'm the type of person to where if there is an issue, we gonna handle it right now. Let's talk about it. No, don't go in another room. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. She need time. You need time. Time could be a day, could be a week. I got to.
It's your birthday in November.
I said, Esther, unlock the door.
You gotta give you gotta give them the time.
Come on, you gotta give them that time.
That's learning each other though.
But I had to learn that, like, she does need a cool down. Yeah. I was raised when you got a whooping, you sit on the couch and you still watch TV with your parents. That Roseanne a chip, ain't she? I don't care about no Roseanne. I don't care about no Roseanne. It wasn't go down the hall and get yourself together. It was, I whooped you and I still love you. And she was raised on, if I whoop you or beat you, I don't want to see you for some time. If we have a disagreement, I don't want you in my presence. And so I had to understand, like with Esther, to be gentle even in reconcile. Like, my ready ain't her ready. So I had to learn that I had to give my wife space, and I didn't understand that. Like, no, we can't be doing. You ain't supposed to go to bed. What
Please,
else?
honey.
She like, all right, what else? Well, go ahead. That sound cute.
And wake up, man.
It sounds cute. Well, look, you ever forgot you was mad at each other?
Yes.
I remember one time. I remember one time she sneezed and I said, "Bless you." Nope. You ain't getting that. You ain't getting that, bless you.
You can't even get a bless you, Jesus.
The way you talk to me, I forgot we was upset at each other.
But this is important because that's getting to, like, if you know who you are, you don't mind getting to know them.
Yeah.
That's it.
Right? Because I was the same way when we first got together. We were very young. But I'm the same, like, I want to talk about it. Right? My parents talked to me. Like, if something happened, if I got a whooping, and I got plenty, my daddy would sit down and talk to me after, to tell me why this happened. And so if we would get mad, I'm like, no, we're going to talk about it now. Let's talk about why it happened. I don't want to talk about it right now. I don't even want to look at you right now. I'm like, well, I want to talk about it, which makes him more upset and makes me more upset. So I had to learn not to nag and to give space. And I also had to realize, like, oh, he ain't me.
Yeah.
We don't think the same.
And we weren't raised the same.
We weren't raised the same.
Yeah.
And when you hear the two, it doesn't mean that one was wrong or one was right.
Yeah.
It's just different.
It's different.
That was also a time where it was a comparison. Well, my daddy.
I agree. I totally agree. Yeah.
And did. And my daddy take out that trash, and my daddy pump that gas. That's what we used to be fighting about back in the day.
Yeah.
Call my daddy.
Her daddy fill that car up every week on the same day, at the same time, and I got to hear about it if I'm 5 minutes late.
Come on.
Woo.
Yeah, but we had to learn how to get through that kind of stuff too. I was not raised like Tab at all. My mom was, put them hands on you, get out my face, fix your face. And when I come in there, I'm ready to talk to you. You get what I'm saying? And you judge it however you want, but inside of a couple, we had to learn, even with raising our kids. And the crazy thing is, we didn't really take half of our upbringing into how we raise our kids now. Like, our kids are not being raised, not to say that it was wrong. It's just the world is different, so we have to parent different.
And our children are not us.
They're not us.
So why would I raise my child exactly how I was raised? I'm raising a different human. Right? And all of them are different. All three of them, you gotta, raise differently. So.
Yeah, I've had to talk to my girls about their little brother being spoiled. But I always tell them to wear it as a badge of honor. You had to go through it so he don't.
He get the older, more mature, the Lord done worked on us real good parents. Okay? So let me look at time. Where Hope at? Are we good? Oh, okay. This is something that's very important in this real conversation. So when we have children, when we have grieving, as you said, you lost your grandfather, things change in the bedroom.
Oh my.
We're gonna tell the truth.
That's
fine. Okay.
Right,
So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Because also, how old are y'all?
I'm 38.
I'm 39.
Okay. You might still be in the game.
Hey.
But you on your way.
Yep.
What you got? What you counting down on them, babe?
Hold on. What I got to get ready for?
No, don't count him down.
Oh. You ain't talking about what I think about.
I'm trying. Hey, give me. Hold on. I'm trying. I got my mama. Got my whole.
No, that's all right.
Hold on. Let's go get said now.
Text it to me.
No, I ain't texting nothing. I'm gonna say it.
You ain't think what I'm thinking about. I'm about to be vegan. Don't worry about it.
Okay, I got it. Hey.
I tell you what, I'm about to shut it.
Y'all laughing.
Shut it down. Now you think I'm.
Y'all laughing about that vegan thing.
But he did it.
But I want y'all to think back when Chance did vegan for 2 years. I ain't do it for no reason. Now I heard something and I said, "Now
that's what I heard too."
And I got to.
When I get slim, you know why?
I got to stay in the game now. I got to stay in the game. I'm still young.
Come on now.
But let's
Listen,
talk about.
I'm gonna answer it, man.
No,
that's
a real conversation.
I'm gonna answer that, man.
I don't want to go there. We can go there.
Oh man.
So
I got a story.
as a young man,
Talk to me.
okay. As a young man,
A young man. Now I ain't 23, young man.
Greensboro man too for me, boy. I
ain't
was
23.
bad, boy.
Talk to me, bro.
When she say she got a headache, when she say she tired, you get real aggravated and bent out of shape. Them can lead to some uncomfortable sleep, restless nights. At about 40, 41, you gonna sleep good. It ain't gonna matter that much. That's the cleanest way I can say it.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about you gonna be like, I'm tired too.
Oh man.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Now,
Yeah.
listen, hey, look, that's about as clean as I can put it.
Hey,
You know,
they gon' get that. They know what it is.
They know what it is.
It's a real conversation, though.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and it is.
Things
Make it
change.
plain for him. He told me to make it plain. Make it plain for him, Chance.
It is what it is. I tell a lot of young men who come and ask me for advice about marriage after I go down the line of questions, of making sure that they have a clear understanding of what marriage is. That you need to have a clear understanding of the difference between the two species, the male and the female. And if you don't, you need to start doing some research, and you need to be sensitive now, early, because you're gonna need them IOUs at about 40 and 41.
Come on now.
Y'all laughing, but you know I'm telling the truth. And if you're drinking and smoking and doing all that, 35.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have anybody tell me. I didn't have anybody that I could go to outside of my father-in-law. I joke about him a lot, but he's a great man in the sense of the questions that I do ask as it pertains to his daughter. I've never felt any bias, and we've had some pretty good conversations. So, but I didn't have anybody I could go to who was not raised like me, where that male ego and that thing where you couldn't have these uncomfortable conversations and get full and real conversation and transparency. So when I do talk to young men, and I talk to a lot of them, and when I talk to the older generation, I tell them, man, be real with these young dudes about what marriage really is, and tell them what's coming. And in there, somewhere along the lines, you need, because we don't know. We don't really know, nor are we taught about the female body outside of the things that we like about it. But they don't tell us the things that they don't tell us the things that women go through that they can't control. Right? That lead up to that headache or whatever, you know. And it becomes real important to you. Where it became real important to me when this woman started having my kids, and two of them being girls. I joke about my girls, but I don't want my girls to have a dude like me when I was in my 20s and insensitive and didn't have no empathy or sympathy for what she couldn't control. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm being very transparent, and sometimes it can get real sensitive. It can get, or I try to make joke about it, make light of it, but the focal point is, you gonna need them IOUs, player, because you ain't gonna feel like Superman forever. Yep. I'm telling you, you ain't gonna feel like Superman forever, and it feel real good. Yeah. It feel real good when you.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
I got you.
Listen, it feel good now when you. Yeah. Let's just call it a headache.
Yeah.
When you got a headache.
Yeah.
And you need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
And when you wake up or when you roll over and you look in your woman's eyes and you don't see no difference in how she view you.
That's it.
You don't see no judgment in how she view you. You don't see, ain't nothing dropped. She's still looking at you like you the sexiest thing in the world. Still cooking for you, cleaning for you, doing everything. The wrong way to think is that I'm always feel like that 19, 20-year-old man.
Yeah, right.
It's gonna come a day where you're gonna be humbled by life and by something that you can't. I work out 6 days a week. My entire family will tell you, I don't mess with no drugs. I might have an occasional drink, amaretto sour. You know, that's it. That's it. It ain't about you work out. It ain't about no workout. It's about Father Time, the things that you cannot control.
Wow.
You need to know it. It's coming.
And
I ain't ready for that.
And what you're saying is right. Yeah.
I don't drink or smoke, but I may smoke me a Newport that day. On the steps, like, ain't nothing happening.
No, hey, this is what I'm trying to tell you. And you sound like you don't really need this. You asked, so I told you. But
talk to me.
This message, I imagine, is just for the young men or the men who they might need to be awakened to how they treating their wives.
Yeah.
Doing what's it called, baby? Perimenopause.
I'm about to say now, and then when you get up 40 plus, you get what perimenopause.
I mean? It's that. And if you don't seem like the type of man that's insensitive to these subjects or shy about the subject. So you asked about 40 and 41, so I'm sharing it with you. But I would encourage you for all your kids, your nephews, all the young men in your life that you care about, that you want them to have a successful marriage, to do the same, to educate them on that and tell them to educate themselves on the difference between us, because a lot of us have this false idea of what marriage is. They think it's what they see Tab and Chance doing on the videos and traveling and doing. No, it ain't that at all. And then a lot of the younger men, they think they get ready to get some consistent, easy,
right.
They think they don't. They
Yeah.
think it daily.
Yeah.
And little do they know,
My God.
it's less.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The word is grace.
Grace.
Great.
Giving grace to your partner
That's it.
as we age.
Yeah.
Giving grace and understanding that we are both changing. When we have children, we change mentally and physically. As we age, as we get different jobs, as stress levels happen, we change. And we all need grace during those times. But the question was, and I'm glad that Chance went down the road, is once having children, how did your sex life change?
You know better than me. Go ahead.
I don't think it changed much for y'all because y'all had 4 back to back.
He was talking about it was Shrop. Nah. That's from West
She
Africa.
said something about that. Yeah, I said, man, y'all didn't that change?
Hey, let me not say.
It did change. So physically, as a woman, having 4 babies vaginally changes your anatomy in a big way. Mm-hmm. And so, for me, my libido was affected greatly. And so when he was ready, I was not. Yeah. And so I had to mentally get myself together because I knew that he needed it. And so I had to.
She clapped for that one, huh? She over there clapping. That's one.
This a real thing.
So there have been times
What's
where.
she clapping for?
I'm helping.
No, go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
So I had to deny myself and help him out because I didn't want him to struggle with what he was feeling. Mm-hmm. And so it was difficult mentally for me, but I did give myself to him to help him.
All right now.
I'm going to give you a minute to say whatever you need to say, boy, but I got a question for you. You ready?
Go ahead.
You ready?
No, let's go.
Okay.
What time? We good. We got 20 minutes. Let's go.
All right, let me see. I got my mama in here.
Now she good. Mama, she came. She know. You her baby boy.
Okay. So, this ain't just for me. I know all these men in here like, please, Chance, hit him.
Now let's go. Let me sit back.
how did it make you feel when you hear her say? Because this is what I hear when I've heard that in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I always call it. Me and Tab got this thing where I tell her, I don't want no sympathy booty.
Right. That hum booty. That hum.
Yeah, here.
Hum.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. You good?
All right.
You good? Go. You ain't nothing. Go ahead. Woo! That go ahead booty is rough though.
So,
but it'll still bless you though.
Hey.
You gotta get what you can get sometimes.
So,
nope, I ain't no.
And you said you 39.
Yep, 39.
Y'all been together. How old were you when y'all got together?
Well,
how old were you? In your 20s, right?
24.
We got married when we was 24.
Yeah, great. Yeah. That's great.
Yep.
That's great. That's just like
us. It was on the popping at 24.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Decorations and everything.
Yeah.
Come on. Purple shoes.
Didn't matter what kind it was.
Yeah. Come on, somebody.
I take the him.
Yeah.
At 24. At 39 and 40.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on that?
I think. What are my thoughts on what though? Hold on.
Her sympathy booty.
Yeah.
Oh, sympathy booty.
He takes it.
I still don't.
He takes it.
Listen. I still don't like it.
I didn't ask him if he took it. I asked him how he felt. It's two different things.
I still don't care for it. But like my grandma said, any way you bless me, Lord, I'll be satisfied. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. May not come when you want it, but he'll be right on time. Thank you, Lord. I swear to God, I thank you.
I will be satisfied.
Hey,
okay.
Anyway, you bless the Lord.
Oh, man.
But because I'm like this, and this also a deeper conversation.
It is, and we laughing, but this conversation is necessary for a lot of men.
Sometimes to protect me, I'll get the sympathy booty. I'll take it because I don't want my mind going somewhere it don't need to be.
That's right.
I'm on the road.
Mm-hmm.
We traveling.
And these women
got a little.
Be trying to come for him.
Not really.
They do.
Ain't too many.
And I have to give it.
So I don't want to even. I don't even want to tempt myself. I feel like I'm good, but I don't want to get my high horse. Think I'm good. You on your phone? You get the scrolling. It may not be physical. It could be just scrolling on your phone. And I tell Esther, and she understands. I said, baby, I don't even want to get tempted on my phone. So that little sympathy, it come in handy sometimes. Because honestly, when I'm good, I'm good. I don't got to worry about it. I'm good. I can go to California. I can go to Chicago. I'm fine. But he got a little pep in his step. Hello, somebody. But because again, because also I realize how the enemy works. Yes, I have to silence that whatever's in me if I have a desire for whatever. Shut it down, my flesh, yes. But also I gotta be practical and say, man, don't think you just too good. Don't think you just too saved where you can't get touched. No, handle that with your wife. And so I thank God for Esther for at times when I know, and also I don't abuse that as well too, because it's easy to abuse that to say, well, I'm on the road. You know. And so I don't even, at least I don't try to. I'm serious. Like, abuse that because she knows that I need it or we need it. And so, but we do have that conversation, and that makes me appreciate her even more. Because she does study. I mean, this girl got West Africa in her blood. They study differently. When they do an all-nighter to study, they study all night. I'm talking about 4 a.m, she's still studying. Like, she don't know how to turn it off. And so for her to stop what she's doing, boom, whatever it is, I'm like, Lord, thank you. So I appreciate it, but I don't like it sometimes. I ain't gonna lie, because it's when I'm like, daggone. But at the end of the day, sometimes you gotta take what you get.
what a year difference will make. I'm going to holler at you at 40.
Holler at.
Let's move on, Tab.
I think that, I mean, we could go very deep into this conversation, but I know we on time because Hope came up here and sat down. And so I know that means we got to take some questions from the audience. Is that all right?
How we doing, y'all? Everybody having a good time?
Okay.
Yep. Y'all enjoying yourself.
Mama, you all right?
Wait a minute, Hope giving me the
Tab
finger.
came up with these topics, Mama.
So are we ready to hope for Q&A? Okay, so we're gonna do a couple of questions if anybody got them, and if nobody got them, we'll keep talking. Yeah. Oh wait, I see somebody hand in the back, straight back.
She's waving.
She's waving.
You see her straight back?
Keep going.
Row 19.
Yep, straight back.
Stand up, sugar.
Seat C.
Hey, for the fellas in here, please raise your hand and ask them some questions.
Real questions.
Don't wait till I get in that line and we doing meet and greet, and then y'all try to ask me all these questions.
Come on now.
It happens every time. All the women, y'all be scared to stand up.
Don't be scared.
And ask you. There go, we got one over there.
Wait, we got one right here.
You to find them up.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm so happy I'm here. My question actually is for Esther.
Yes.
So I am a mom of 3. I have an 8-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an almost 2-year-old. So my babies are 14 months apart. My dream is to also be a midwife. I just finished my bachelor's in alternative medicine.
Okay.
And so now thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So now I'm trying to learn how to navigate the best path for me to become a certified midwife. Can you give me any advice on that?
So, and you say your bachelor's is in what?
Alternative medicine.
Okay.
But I also have a background in medical too. So anatomy, physiology. I'm an ultrasound tech by.
Okay. So it depends on what kind of midwife you want to be. There's actually 3 kinds. There's the lay midwife. There's the certified midwife that you don't actually have to have a formal education for, but it's a certification. And then the midwife that I am, I have a nursing background. So I have the nursing element along with the certification in becoming a midwife. So with your credentials, you can actually go through the certified midwifery program. And that way, you'll be able to deliver in homes. I'm not too sure if you'll have credentials or the ability to deliver in a hospital setting, but you will have the ability to deliver in a home realm. Only certified nurse midwives will have the ability to deliver in a hospital setting. So.
And did that answer your question? Are you more so asking how to become a midwife or how to balance being a midwife, being a mother of 3? Was that?
The route.
Yeah, the route.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean.
Okay.
Esther know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
No. She mentioned the mother of 3. I was wondering why the babies. That's all I'm saying. You bring them over to the house while she studied. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry. I know she did a good. Baby, you did a good. Stop, Tab. You ain't give me trouble. Give me a little
Hey, Hope. I want to cheat the line. I don't never get no men to ask no questions.
He was ready.
He
said,
"Hey, man, over here."
Over here.
Meet me halfway, sir.
When you said, "Let me get some real questions," you were like,
Los right there. Los got a mic.
Yeah. No.
Oh, he ain't got no mic. Oh, but
he went to go say something.
yeah, come on right here. Hope.
Oh, my bad.
Hope got
I
a
know you
bad
on that
knee.
You know it take me a minute to get there.
You
He
know.
said he don't want to go nowhere. Oh, here you come. Oh, shoot, buckle up.
Hey, quick question. I'm a basketball coach. My rule is a 24-hour cool-down period. Before after every game, no parents can come speak to me about anything. Huh? So what advice can I give my wife when I walk in the house and she wants to come down and download?
Here you go.
Rah, 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 rah. I said, whoa, wait a minute, hold up. Man. So I had a long day, being all at work and with the kids. Now I come home, I want to come home to a little peace and quiet at first. But what advice you give for her coming in and want to download when I walk in the door?
Well, she's excited to see you.
I appreciate that, but
I'm about to say, is she here?
You ain't gotta talk.
I
when
appreciate
you,
that.
When
I don't think this question
look,
is
you
for
don't have
y'all.
to talk or say anything when you're excited. You're like, okay, babe, you here? Good job.
Oh, I
You
don't
said
know.
you want a real question, Chance.
No, that
There it is.
Go ahead. I love to hear you answer this one.
Let's get your hearing aid. Turn that thing off. That's what my
Hey,
granddaddy
Hope.
did.
Hey, Hope, don't get it to no more men.
That's what you asked for. I'm gonna find another one.
You knew it was something. He said, over here.
Find another one. That's what you wanted. That's what
Over
you
here.
asked for.
I'm
Phil said
hey,
some
listen,
questions.
I'm not even gonna beat around the bush.
I'm going straight to this man right here.
When you figure that out, player, you let me know.
No,
Come on now.
I got two
no.
Hey, dog.
I wanna really answer this, right? How long have y'all been married? 12 years. And you know this about your husband, yes? Right. So
His wife is over
if
there?
we yeah.
Yes, sir. He walked out to the foyer. Little opener.
If we know this about him, that he needs time to decompress and quiet time, and that makes him feel better, right? If he's happier, you're happier, yes. Then we make the adjustment.
But he said
To-
24
you know what?
hours, though.
No,
You know
he
what?
said that's his coach rule.
No, but you know why I can't answer it? This is that's something that Tab just adjusted to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to tell her that because I've never had to tell her, give me whatever. It was one of those things that because we've been together so long, and all my family will tell you, I call it a gift. They call it a curse, you know. But I need to go get therapy and all that. I will ignore you. I will.
And I don't like to be ignored, so I just ain't gonna fool with you.
I don't really have an answer for you, but I'm not gonna try to make up something to make it sound. I'm just gonna tell you the truth.
But seriously, it's learning patterns, right?
Yeah.
Like I know my husband, you know yours, right? So what's gonna make it might not make you feel great because you might be excited and want to talk, right? Maybe meet each other in the middle. Yeah. Right? So you know he's that way, but you also know her and she's excited to see you. So maybe you can give him a little bit, you know, maybe you can go take him a shower and decompress in the shower for a little bit. Then let's have a little conversation, just a little one. And then let him go about his business and you can do whatever you need to do. Oh, you trying to watch the game that you just coached at. Oh, you working. Oh. I thought you was trying to decompress.
He can't do that at the office though.
But watch it before you come home.
Yeah, watch. Yeah, what?
Look at
you
Chance.
Hey, bro,
like, he
what's your
say
name?
that.
What's your name? Joe? Yep. Yeah, his
Hey,
name
Hope.
Joe. I can tell that Joe. Joe! Not Joseph. Joe! We ain't gonna win this, but we gonna try. But Joe, you got an office? Like a coach's office? Don't you got a little VCR player? And you can't watch in the office? It's gonna have to be. It ain't the same. You better not take that film to the house. Why are you a coach? I play ball, Chant play ball, we play sport. We done plenty of coaches and stay late, watch film, let baby know, hey baby, I'm staying late, watch another hour of film. No. Watch film at school. Get to work early. Get to work early.
What he can what he can do.
He can't hold the TV at the house either.
No,
so
listen.
she upset.
Just acknowledge her presence when you get there, and then go do what you need to do. She'll leave you alone. Just acknowledge her. I think that's a good. Yeah,
That's
just
good,
acknowledge
Joe.
and just say
Thumbs up.
hi.
It's
Okay.
give and take.
Was that it?
Yeah,
Just give
and then go do what you
I forget what
need.
we said.
Hope, I think it's time to move on. We
Time to move on.
Watch
started
film at
problems.
school, Joe.
Oh, it's another man. Come on.
Hope did that. She did that intentionally.
Hello, my name is Anthony.
Hey,
My question is dating. You talked earlier about date night planning, or more so how often. The question is for me as gentlemen, what route do you go all in planning the dates for your wives, and then how often are you the planner?
I'm gonna be
Oh, that wooing.
Well,
I'm gonna go first. But before I start, I hope I told you not to get that thing to nobody else. I'm gonna be honest with you. I struggle with that. Yeah. As a young couple, and a young man, right? We didn't do a whole lot of dating even in the early stages of our relationship. We signed up for adult stuff that took a lot of our time away for doing that. And Tab always planned everything. I'm one of those to where my wife would always take the keys and do all of that. Recently, over the last couple of years, it has been one of our continuous conversations. And I'll just give it an effort, but then the hard thing is continuously doing it. Yeah. Like I have a bad habit of, I'll do it and pat myself on the back and be like, boy, I did that. And then I won't do it again for months. And that's just the God honest truth. Making an honest effort at trying to be better at it. And the reason, it's not because I don't want to do it. I allow a lot of small things to change my appetite for it. You get what I mean?
The truth, Chance. Go ahead and preach to the people.
And two, it's a little bit of me being selfish about the things that I like, right? Tab will be on the road a lot. She travels a lot. My wife works a lot. And I'm like, I want to chill at the crib. So she want to chill at the crib too. She's been working all week. I know she want to chill at the house. What we need to go out for, right? And and she'll go along with it, which is, she'll go along with it. She's not difficult to please, so it makes it easy for me to be like, all right, I done found a good movie. We're gonna lay right here and we're gonna do this. But then later it'll be a topic or something where another couple or something, she'll say, "Ooh, that sounds nice," and I can hear that little thing in her voice. You know that thing. You know what I'm talking about? That thing where you're like, "No, you tried to cut me right there." I felt that, and then we'll have a discussion about it, and it turned into some heated discussions too, because well, you should have said something. I shouldn't have to say nothing. What you talking about? You ain't got to say nothing. Two people in this relationship. You would tell me, and we go down that road, and ultimately what it comes down to is habits that have been built over 20-some years, and I'm not too big of a man to acknowledge that she has did most of the planning, and I was comfortable with that, and that's hard to unlearn. That's hard to get out of your own way and start to fix. But I'm not an initiator of it, but I've been recently trying to do my thing. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in here got some help.
Tim, come on, Tim. Come on, Tim. You got what you got.
Tim does most of the planning actually for our date night.
Hey, hold up now. You should have did that.
Come on now.
Tim.
Hey, don't be. Hey, make it quick. Don't be showing off.
Hey, every Wednesday.
I'm not in the mind frame, honestly.
I don't want to hear nothing about no rose petals, none of that. Just answer the man's questions simple.
Our favorite restaurant is Ruby Tuesdays. So
no, it's
we
not.
Ruby Tuesday.
I'm doing all right, baby. I'm doing all right.
Hey, but Ruby Tuesday was bad back in the day, but that salad was hidden. But anyway.
Ew, Tim.
But they sent that little thing in the mail. Remember Ruby Tuesday? Okay. But I do most of the planning for date night because Esther has a motor, and all she knows how to do is work. If I don't stop her and like, hey babe, close them books. Hey, we if I don't, like she wants to study, she needs to study, all that good stuff, work, all that. But also my wife needs date night. She ain't the same woman without a date night. And I'll be like, what is it that's off about my wife? And she just needs to spend time with Sprout. And I'm like, oh, that's. Sometimes we think I done did something wrong. She get mad at me just for random stuff, not knowing it was date night would have solved it. And she just gets irritable and just frustrated. And all it was, she just needed some Shrop and Esther time. And when I got to realize that, knowing that, I'm like, oh, we play that joker every week. And so, but it's been so, it's really essential for our marriage. Like we have to have it. It really is one of the heartbeats of our marriages, the marriage, because that's what keeps us going, keeps us flowing. I can tell when we're off by our date nights. Yeah. I can tell how we are if we frustrated, if we're out of sync. I know. Let me call 131 Main. Let me call the Crunkleton in Charlotte, North Carolina. Gets reservation for Wednesday. I don't care if it's 9:35. I don't care how late it is. Whatever we got to do, because that's what shifts us as a marriage. So that's the short answer of it. But we have to, and so I knew that I needed to do that for us, because we can go for so long without having it, and you wonder why we just off. So for us, we just have to plan it every week, and it was bi-weekly. And she said, "Baby, I need it every week." I was like, "All right, that costs," but Esther like to eat good. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to go to Ruby Tuesday. Applebee's like my daddy go. My daddy go to Applebee's every week. They still don't put no meat on them riblets. I'm like, it's riblets, daddy. He's still mad. The waiter came to the table. Said, you need anything else? The rest of the meat on this rib.
All right, we got a question over here.
He might as well be vegan. Over here, they know.
Over by the DJ. Over by the DJ.
Oh, in the bed.
Hello, y'all. Blessings upon blessings. So this is my question, and I know that Talia is such a wonderful bonus daughter to Tab, and so we might have to tap in a little bit prophetically right now, but there are dynamics that are not just we got married, we had kids, right? There are dynamics where you enter relationships where there are kids that are already present, and my family, I have 6 biological children. And from my first marriage, I have 5 extra bonus kids. And then from my second marriage, there are 3. But I love them all this. Like, I'm not different. I don't know how to be different with any of them.
Hold on, my math. How many you got? How many? Right on the board. How many you got? Because I'm about 17. How many?
So my question,
how many kids you got? What's the total?
A lot, a whole lot.
No, tell me the number, because my brain ain't add, and they can't add.
A whole lot. I have a whole lot of them.
Okay.
But I don't believe in being different with any of them, right? I don't believe in treating my biological children different than I treat my bonus children. I believe that they all deserve the same respect and reverence, right? But there comes a time where the marriage can suffer because there are differences in opinions and thoughts when it comes to the parents. So how do we, in essence, where do you stand? First of all, as a woman, as a wife, where do you stand when there is tension between the bonus children and the husband, or vice versa? Because you want to make sure your marriage is strong, but you want to make sure your children know they're loved and protected. Where do you stand on that? Do you have any thoughts on that? And maybe some other people need to answer too.
First of all, honey, God bless you, baby.
Yes.
She got to go.
So when it comes to, because you're in a blended family, okay? That is definitely a blended family. When it comes to marriage, even with biological children, even with bonus children, my husband comes first.
Come on. That's right. Yes.
Okay. Yes. That's just the truth. And we're parents. But when it comes to, like with my daughter with Leah, I've been her bonus mom since she was 2. Okay. So she was my first child before I had my own children. So I look at her as, oh, that's my child too. We were very young, but we was figuring it out together. As we had our own children, we didn't get to raise her every day, right? So there was definitely like years of like differences with distance, with frustration, with her mom and their relationship, things not always being well. But the good part about it was I kind of got to be her friend because I didn't have the whole responsibility of being her mama, right? And I respected her mother, and I never tried to be her mama, okay? I always let my husband be her father. Now, there have been many a times, and Leah know this too, that I get on him because I be like, you can do better than that. No, y'all need to, you know, that's just who I am because I'm a daddy's girl. And Chance wasn't raised by his father, so he don't know that life. So there's a lot of things that we didn't agree on, not just with her, but even our own children. But I had to give him grace and also, as he said earlier, realize, oh, he ain't supposed to do it like my daddy, right? But there's always gonna be differences, but it should never contradict the love that you have for your family, right? But you always gotta be on one accord with your husband, no matter what, so that y'all can parent the children together. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, but honey, you got a lot of energy to give, baby. That's a lot of children. So make sure you all right so that you can show up for you, okay? Honey, baby, very good. Oh, Hope got one more? Okay, we got last question right here, y'all.
Hello, my name is Imani Dorsey. I have a question for Tab. And before I say my question, I do too many things. I already understand that. I am a business owner. I am a nonprofit founder. I work a 9 to 5. I have a 1-year-old, and I have a husband.
Come on.
And so my question is, as I find myself trying to figure out how to balance all of those things, how to balance being an entrepreneur and being what society says a wife and a mother should look like. And so I just wanted to ask for some advice on that.
First of all, congratulations, honey. You doing all the things. I'm so sorry. This light is right there, so if I'm not looking directly at you, I'm so sorry. I think that the number one thing is I don't really care about what society says I'm supposed to do.
That's right.
Right? What society says ain't our business. How you live your life every day in your home, with your family, doing your business, that is how you're supposed to do it. When it comes to balance, that's a very slippery slope, okay? I always tell people, and this is something that I kind of picked up, and I can't remember where, but when you show up as a wife in that moment, if you're trying to balance, then that means you're only gonna give him a portion of you. In the moment that we're together, I'm gonna give you 100%. When I'm with my kids, in the moment when I'm with them, I'm gonna give them 100%. When I'm doing my job and my work, I'm gonna give that 100%. If I try to balance all that out, then that means I'm gonna give you 20, I'm gonna give my job 30, I'm gonna give, you gotta, whatever you're doing in the moment, show up in the moment full for that. In some type of way, it just all balances out naturally. But you gotta just make sure that just try to show up and be completely present in the moment for each of those. And then sometimes, you know, you're doing all of it at the same time, but it works out. It works out, but don't be too hard on yourself, because sometimes we give ourselves like unrealistic expectations when we have a full cup. And I also think, like, when it comes to our children and when it comes to like business and having like a husband and family, it's a full cup, right? And God blesses us where the cup starts to runneth over. When it comes to the outside things outside of your home, make sure you remember that God, he filled your cup to run over. You give the people outside of your home what comes out of the cup. Yeah. Don't ever let the cup go empty, okay? So then it's easier to quote unquote balance, if that makes sense. Yes? Okay, very good. That was our last question, Ho.
That was it.
Lord, she tough
Close
on us,
it out
y'all.
and get out of here.
Oh, she said we can't take another one. But I want to say, Esther and Tim, y'all are amazing.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for having us.
We thank y'all. We appreciate y'all sharing your journey with us, your life, your marriage, your parenthood, all the things. We thank all of y'all for coming out But you want to say anything before I close it out? How we do? You want to say anything? And don't you start crying, babe. But if you do, that's your business.
This trip is very special to me for a number of reasons. Everything that we do in the Brown family, every decision that we make, everything that we turn down, we always consider North Carolina. We always want to make y'all proud. We always consider Eden. We always consider Greensboro. We always consider the people in our community because we know what it's like to be here. So we refrain from doing certain things. And we sometimes climb bigger hills than what I think the average person is willing to try to climb because of the people in our communities. We want to be a good example for kids that were just like us. We're not supposed to be here, but we are. I know every last one of y'all in some way. I know what you think. I know how you were raised. I know the culture in which you were brought up, your morals, your ethics, things of that nature. We're very relatable in that way. And when we're out here and we're standing up in front of these people or we're engaging in conversation and we're refraining from it, we never lose sight of that. Yeah. I've always wanted to be able to come home and stand up in front of the people who I know understand me and make y'all proud. I know my wife has always wanted to make y'all proud. So I thank y'all for y'all's continuous support. I know my wife got a lot of stuff going on, but y'all always show up for her. I see y'all in the comments. I see y'all fighting for her when these people trying to tear her down.
Yes.
And as a husband, as a father, and as a protector of my family, I want y'all to know that I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, and we're gonna keep on doing what we're doing and making y'all proud.
It's good. I love you.
I love you.
Ain't nothing else to say to that, but it's very good. We're gonna make the meet and greet quick. Let's somebody said ain't no sympathy booty tonight, babe.
Yes, sir. I want to say it.
Everything that my husband said, I echo, and I am so honored and grateful to be on the stage with my husband. We got married just not even 20 minutes away from here at the park, Brown Park. And a lot of people here were there that night. And I'm so grateful that y'all are here now. And to have our family just sitting here on these first couple rows and just looking at y'all, we are so grateful. And that's really it. Thank y'all. And until the next time, baby, y'all go about y'all business. Okay? Have a good night, honey, and tomorrow have a good day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's. God bless y'all. Thank y'all so much.